Thanks for joining me.
Of course, thank you for having me.
You had your first touchdown, which gave you your first Lambo Leap. As someone who will never get to experience what that would be like, can you just take me through the beats of what it is like to jump into those stands?
Honestly, it's surreal. It feels like it's the first time every time you do it. The fans are crazy. As soon as you score, obviously the whole stadium is erupting. Everyone's calling you over. You kind of have to pick a spot. You got to make a you got to make a few people sad when you don't go to their area. But the people that you do get around, it's crazy. Sometimes they don't even let you get out of there. It's surreal. I honestly I can't even explain what it's like to get in there. It's just it's exciting.
This is what I want to know. There has to be an art to it. You literally have to decide which and where you go, and then people aren't going to let you go. Do you have to say, I have to go back to the game now? Can you guys let me down?
Yeah, no, sometimes you gotta get a little rough. You have to get out of there and kind of shimmy your way out. Most of the time players have to come over and pull you out. But yeah, no, it's craziness.
Well, it's amazing. You got it in the second quarter, your second one of the year, first one at home, a beautiful 44-yard touchdown. And did you call your shot on this touchdown? Is that what I understand?
Yeah, no, yeah. So we had kind of seen how the safeties were playing the whole game up to that point, and they were just kind of letting me go over the top, and we knew if we could hold down the backside safety, that it was going to be a touchdown. So we kind of just drew up the perfect play for it. So as soon as it was called, I knew we were scoring. I knew it was coming to me. So yeah, no, it was just one of those game time adjustments that just worked out perfectly.
I mean, they're not just safeties. You're talking about all pro Budda Baker.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. And he kind of knew he was playing his leverage, well all game. I was running a couple of outbreakers over the top, the deep corners, and he was playing outside, stayed to his leverage, and it was locked down. He was getting out of there, so I knew if I was able to lean him out a little bit, get him to stay with that leverage, and then take the post, take the middle of the field, and it was going to be there. So it's really just when you play against good players, it's really just using. How good they are against them. Sometimes it gets them beat when they're really smart and they're able to stay true to their leverage and be there. Sometimes that opens other things up.
We heard after the game that it wasn't even in the game plan, that play. LaFleur dials it up on the sideline. For you, what does it say about your coach?
It says a lot. Anytime you're able to, kind of see how the defense is going and make adjustments on them and they work. That's big time. Coach is a really smart guy. He does that constantly. But a shot play like that, obviously, it's not always 100%. So just to have, that successful of a play, drawn up mid game is, it's definitely, it's huge.
I mean, Tucker Kraft was mic'd up after that play, and he said LaFleur is such a genius that he's afraid of him. Is that how you would explain your coach?
I don't know if I would say I'm afraid of him. He definitely has that vibe to him a little bit. But I'm never afraid of him. I'm really cool with Coach LaFleur. So that's not the vibe I get. But Tuck's a crazy guy. So he probably gets those vibes from a lot of guys.
I just think it's incredible you were able to somehow score this touchdown and get into the all the way up into that Lambo leap situation with, a pulverized, bummed, broken, sprained, crazy ankle, says Twitter.
Yeah, no, honestly, I was right there with Twitter for a while. I wasn't really sure how it was gonna be. It definitely was. Obviously, I definitely dodged a bullet in terms of the significance of the injury, but it was still something that set me back a little bit. So honestly, I didn't think that I would be in the position that I was on Sunday, but I was just blessed and able to get to the point where I felt like I could go out there and be me. Obviously, not 100%, but honestly, you're really never 100%, playing in this league. So I got to the point where I could go and just win. Once the adrenaline kicks in, once the game gets going, you kind of forget about it anyway. So it's good to go.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good now. Definitely was a little sore after the game, but took care of that in the training room and excited for this next week.
I just get a kick out. My whole production staff was like, you got to ask about his dad. You got to ask about the podcast and about him going back and forth with the Twitter doctors. Like, it must be incredible to have that level of support from your parents.
Oh yeah, no, I know I'm gonna get the and all of that, all the time. My family has been with me 150%, since I started playing football when I was 4 years old. So I know that me being in the position that I'm in means a lot to them. So that passion carries over to when they want to protect me and defend me on Twitter. I try to tell them every now and then you don't always gotta go back and forth with them, but
I think
um, I mean, they're passionate people. They love me, so they're gonna have some words when things are getting tossed around. But it
yeah.
was funny that the guy didn't know that my dad that was my dad. That was a funny one.
We quite enjoyed it over here on Up and Out. I also enjoyed. I'm all about the nonverbals, like what's going on, like reading between the lines. You were the first one to run up to Romeo Dobbs and give him a hug after his first touchdown back with the team, and then it turned into this sort of full on like group hug moment, which I loved. With everything this team has gone through, will go through, will continue to go through. How big of a moment was that, or do you think it will be when you look back on the season?
I think it's huge. I mean, I think everyone can say that Romeo is a huge part of our team. He's a huge character on our team. Regardless of what the media sees. Obviously, he doesn't really talk a lot, this and that, but I mean, we get Romeo exactly for who he is. In this space and in the facility, and we love him. So just to have him go out there and be Romeo Dobbs, we were excited for him. Just had to continue to let him know that we love him and we appreciate him, and he's gonna do what he's gonna do, and he showed out on Sunday.
I don't even know what if you were me, because you're super intelligent, you're super self-aware. What question would you ask yourself about Jordan Love? Like, what should I ask you about Jordan Love? I don't want to ask has he progressed? He's crushing it, full weapons. What's he going to look like? We had D'Amico Ryan saying it's the best quarterback he's going to face. You guys have the Texans coming up. What question should I ask you about Jordan Love?
Um, I mean, if it were me, I mean, the question I always ask myself is he gonna continue to get better and better and better? And honestly, I mean, obviously everyone's gonna have their ups and downs. I'm sure there's plays that he wished he could have back, and I mean that's just part of the game. It's an imperfect game, but I mean I think he continues to show me every single week, every single day of practice. Honestly, just how good he can be and how good he can potentially be in the future. I feel like he. There's things that he kind of does and learns. I mean, it's really just his level of understanding and his ability to learn. I mean, he kind of makes a mistake, and he kind of never lets that one happen again. So he just continues to get better and better. And I'm asking myself that all the time. And he continues to do so. So I'm excited to see where he goes.
Do you think he'll, by the end of this year, be in that tier in the conversation of the elite quarterbacks where he somehow isn't, even though he's playing out of his mind?
100%. I feel like when a team has a struggle. I mean, we've had two losses this year. I mean, the QB is always the first one to be blamed. He's the leader. He's the quarterback. But I mean, obviously, it's a team sport. It's not always on the quarterback. Just looking at from my perspective, I got to play better for him. The receivers, got to be able to be at their best for him. So it's not all him. I think that he's done a really good job of managing, his position. And, I think the more that, we surround him and the better we are around him, the better off he's going to be.
Mm-hmm. You have the Texans this week. Then you still have 2 games left against the Lions and Bears and one against the Vikings. Which one are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to this week. I'm always, being where my feet are. I'm excited for this week. Excited to play a really good team, a really good defense, and honestly, I'm excited to wear the all white uniforms too. I think it's gonna look fresh with the white out. So I'm definitely excited for this one coming up.
The all white winter warning uniforms, they are happening this week. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I like some good swag. Put something together. I'm excited to put them on.
I want to just say this about your defense, and I love that you said that that the offense is mad at them because they make you guys spend so much time on the field. I can't imagine years past. That being said, I think it's so incredible. Credit to Halfley to the pieces. Xavier McKinney comes on my show. He came on before week 3. He had 2 straight games with interceptions. He called a shot to get another week 3, and he delivered. What shot are we calling for you or for just the Packers this week? Back-to-back touchdown weeks for Christian?
I think so. I think so. I mean, I think that I'm a really big, momentum and energy guy, and kind of once I get into my swing, I like to, just take off and go with it. So, whatever it takes for us to win. But I'm excited to get back in the end zone for back-to-back weeks.
In your all-white winter warning uniforms, which we can't wait to see. I love that you brought that up. Christian, thank you so much. Congrats on the success and on just being such a great teammate. So fun to talk to you always.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Christian.